Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about yet another character that's seen in the lower tier. Maybe this character is more of a mid tier. Let me know what you guys think. But we're going to be talking about none other than Mr. Game & Watch. Pretty awesome character. Mr. Game & Watch, a couple years ago, like I'd say maybe 10 years ago, I feel like people saw him in a very bad light, putting him near characters like Pichu and Ness. But I think he's had a bit of a resurgence. People realizing, hey, this character actually has some pretty good moves. This character actually has some pretty good stuff. And I couldn't agree more. The character has a lot of really good stuff. Starting off with some of the great moves, like Nair. Nair's an amazing move. It kills, has a huge hitbox. It's great. Forward air as well is a really good kill move. It's really strong. Has a big hitbox. We'll get into some other moves later. Obviously, Mr. Game & Watch's shield is horrible. You can pretty much get hit once, and then if you get hit again, you're going to get poked. I do think light shielding is really unused on this character, though. I think it could go a long way. Definitely try that more. So can Mr. Game & Watch win a major? Is Mr. Game & Watch viable? Well, my answer is no. I don't think Mr. Game & Watch can win a major, and I actually don't think he is viable at top level play. And my reasoning is just because he dies so quickly. He's so light. Now you could say characters like Jigglypuff have the same issue, because Jigglypuff is super light, but Jigglypuff is a top 3 character in the game. Well, the thing about Game & Watch is that Game & Watch doesn't have the rest mechanic, doesn't have the airspeed that Jigglypuff has. Game & Watch has great grounded tools and some good aerial tools, which doesn't have that factor like that Jigglypuff has. Jigglypuff can also stall and do lots of things. Game & Watch does have some good stuff with his grab, as he could chain together things, and it's actually a pretty decent punish game. Like I said, he has some other good moves, like his forward smash is really good. I do think his other smash attacks are a bit underwhelming though, especially down smash. With other moves, like up tilt, this character's up tilt is phenomenal. It covers a huge area. This is a horrible example though, because it wasn't hitting him for some reason, but it covers that big area above his head, and it could link into stuff like Nair. It's a great anti-air more than anything. But yeah, it's great at that. When you look at other moves, like 9 is obviously a great move to have as well. It's kind of like rest, again, comparing this character to Jigglypuff. The character has a tool like an instant kill, which is pretty much unheard of in this game. But there is some other things that I think are underrated, such as his up B out of shield. This is a really good option. If you played the newer Smash games like Smash 4, Brawl, or probably even Smash Ultimate, Game & Watch's up B comes out really quickly, and it has a hitbox. So yeah, it's a great option on the ground, actually, to escape, and it's a semi-decent recovery. For general movement, Game & Watch's wavedash is above average, but famously he can't L-cancel some of his aerials, which does kind of suck. Luckily his aerials aren't that laggy, but it would be very beneficial if he could L-cancel his aerials. With other moves, like Chef, I think it's a pretty good zoning tool, but kind of like Mario's Fireball, there's just better zoning tools in the game. It is a decent option though. Again, it kind of halts you in place, but it is a good mix-up. But yeah, Game & Watch, he's a very simple character with his lightweight, like I said. But he could maybe be a good counter to some characters, because I know there's some people that do struggle in the Game & Watch matchup. But I really don't think this character can do anything special that a lot of other higher tier characters can do, as I feel like this character is nothing more than kind of a downgrade compared to the other ones above him. Like, I feel like even Dr. Mario is a great example. It just outclasses this character. That's just my opinion, though. I'm actually really curious to see what other people think. I do think he's in the upper low tier, so I don't think he's like F tier, maybe like D tier. So he's not horrible, but he's not the brightest. But I was playing him recently, and he just dies like really, really quickly. Now, That's my biggest issue, really. It's just his weight and his durability, and the shield is just not good. But he has some good tools, and at mid-level play, low-level play, you could definitely play him and get somewhere, win some local tournaments maybe with him, maybe some online tournaments. He definitely has that, but to win a major, I don't think it's going to happen with this character, unfortunately. He doesn't have the punish game like what Donkey Kong does, where it's like, it could just come out of nowhere and be like, oh wow, this character can get a grab and kill you. No, it's just, he just can't do that, sadly. Oh yeah, that's my thoughts on Mr. Game & Watch. What character would you guys like me to talk about next? And it would really help if you guys liked the video, as well as leave a comment to boost this. I'm glad people have really been enjoying my Melee videos. It really means a lot. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.